Welcome to Story Mode and to 2026. It's time to start off the new year with a brand new story video. This is going to be a 3-part story with each part being a separate timeline of Mortal Kombat. The OG timeline being Mortal Kombat 1992 to Mortal Kombat Armageddon, the reboot timeline that started with Mortal Kombat 2011 to MK11, and the new era timeline being Mortal Kombat 1. I would also like to include that for the OG timeline, I will not include the Special Forces mythology since it doesn't really tie in too much with the timeline, and Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks since it's really just Liu Kang and Kung Lao's perspective of the first 2 games. But before we can get into the events of Mortal Kombat 1992, let's begin with how and why the Mortal Kombat tournament was created.
Fight!
It first goes back to something called the One Being, a deity that fed off the essence of the Elder Gods. Eventually, the Elder Gods wanted to put a stop to this. They joined together and went to war with the One Being using the Kamidogu. The Kamidogu is 6 magical weapons that split the One Being into fragments, with each piece being the One Being encased in each one. These fragments will become the realms that make up the Mortal Kombat universe: Earth Realm, Outworld, the Nether Realm, Order Realm, Chaos Realm, and Edenia. Each Elder God would oversee the flourishing of their assigned realm, but never to interfere in any way. Eventually, one of these realms, Outworld, grew in strength and would conquer and merge with other realms, making it even more stronger. If it merged with enough realms, it would result in the rebirth of the One Being. To prevent this, the Elder Gods formed the Mortal Kombat tournament, giving each realm a fighting chance. However, there were rules to be followed. The conquering realm must win consecutively 10 times against the realm it wishes to merge with. The defending realm must not fight the opposing fighters until the tournament begins. Once Mortal Kombat is declared, both realms would not be able to deny to attend. Any realm that breaks the rules or merges into another realm without winning 10 consecutive tournaments will be considered an act of treason and will be dealt with by the Elder Gods accordingly.
You suck.
With Mortal Kombat now in place, the first realm targeted by Outworld was Edenia. The ruler of Outworld, Onaga the Dragon King, conquered and ruled over the realms with his invincible army. Onaga's heart is said to have the power to resurrect his fallen soldiers, thus giving him an endless army. Onaga himself is also immortal. His followers are able to use the last dragon egg to put his soul into the baby dragon inside of it, making him able to be reborn upon his death. Onaga's predecessor, Shao Kahn, is given the role of Outworld's protector. However, he craves to be ruler and poisons Onaga, being held in the Afterlife's prison. Onaga's army decides to mummify themselves until their rightful ruler returns. The Khan then wages Mortal Kombat on the other realms and merges Outworld with them once they've lost. In Edenia, his protector Argus and his wife Delia receive visions where the end of times will come if the Mortal Kombat warriors become too powerful. Argus wants all the warriors to be destroyed, but Delia would rather have them only stripped of their powers. Due to this division, they involve their sons Dagon and Taven, but not just yet. They put them into hibernation and are to wake them only when the battle takes place. Once awakened, the brothers would race to receive their armor and defeat the elemental named Blaze. Whoever wins takes Argus's place as the protector of Edenia and decide the fate of the warriors. Each son are in separate mountains, with them being guarded by their own dragon. Dagon is prematurely awakened and is convinced by Shinnok that his parents are hoping that Taven will become the victor. Dagon ends up killing his parents, leaving Edenia exposed to Shao Kahn's invasion. Eventually, Edenia lost to Outworld and was conquered by Shao Kahn. He killed Edenia's king, Jared, and took his wife Sindel and daughter Katana as his own. Sindel instead ended her own life to prevent herself from being killed by Shao. Shao Kahn kept and raised Katana as his own daughter, as she believed he was her real father. Years later, Shao Kahn set his eyes on Earthrealm and would dominate in the coming generations. In his 10th tournament, the great Kung Lao was chosen as Earthrealm's champion. Despite him defeating Shang Tsung, he refused to kill the sorcerer, and Outworld would have to restart their winning streak. In the next tournament, starting from scratch, Prince Goro was chosen as Outworld's warrior. In the end of this one, Goro killed the great Kung Lao and would continue to defeat Earthrealm champions for 9 tournaments. Onaga learns of what Shao Kahn has been up to and figures out ways to be reborn. He learns of a promising warrior named Shujinku and disguises his essence as an elder god to trick Shujinku into finding all 6 Kamidogu fragments, in the hopes that this will cause the Dragon King to be reborn.
The Elder Gods are in need of a champion, one who could complete a quest to save the realms. Shujinko, will you accept this quest to save all that exists? You will be a true hero.
Now for completion's sake, I will first acknowledge Mortal Kombat Mythologies Sub-Zero, which takes place a couple years before the 10th Mortal Kombat tournament. The only reason I am adding this to the timeline is because it ties into certain events over the course of the games. Sub-Zero, or Bi-Han, is tasked by a sorcerer named Quan Chi to steal a map of elements from the Shaolin Temple. While battling through the temple, Sub-Zero encounters his rival Scorpion, who is also after the map. Sub-Zero is able to kill Scorpion and retrieve the map, and heads back to the Lin Kuei headquarters to give it to Quan Chi. In return, the sorcerer eliminates every member of the Shira Ryu, the Lin Kuei's rival clan which Scorpion belonged to. Sub-Zero is then tasked to head to the Temple of Elements to find an amulet that Quan Chi requests. After traveling through the temple's challenges, Sub-Zero reaches the amulet, but as he is about to grab it, Quan Chi appears and explains that it's actually the power source for the fallen elder god Shinnok. Shinnok was an elder god who wanted to craft Earthrealm in his vision, but couldn't as the elder gods would be aware of his actions. To resolve this, he created an amulet of immense power which could be used to weaken dimensional barriers and allow him to enter Earthrealm. The elder gods intervene and banish Shinnok to the Netherrealm. He later came across Quan Chi, who helped Shinnok build his second army and plot his escape from the Netherrealm, hence why he needed his lost sacred amulet back. Anyways, Quan Chi escapes with the amulet, which is when Thunder God Raiden shows up and accuses Sub-Zero of colluding with Quan Chi. He sends Sub-Zero to the Netherrealm to take back the amulet. There, Sub-Zero comes across the undead Spectre Scorpion once again, who accuses Sub-Zero for the destruction of his family and clan.
It wasn't enough to kill me. You had to destroy every last remnant of my being, including my wife and child.
Sub-Zero is able to defeat him and escapes. He then comes across Quan Chi's underlings, Kia, Serena, and Jataka. He's able to defeat them and retrieve their transportation crystals, which help him reach Quan Chi's fortress. Sub-Zero defeats the sorcerer, with Serena finishing him off as he falls into his apparent death. Serena pleads with Sub-Zero to escape the Netherrealm but is captured by Shinnok. Sub-Zero then steals the amulet from Shinnok and escapes through a portal created by Raiden and delivers the amulet to him. Sub-Zero returns to the Lin Kuei headquarters where another sorcerer, Shang Tsung, invites him to compete in a tournament.
It's called Mortal Kombat.
Round 1.
This is the 10th Mortal Kombat tournament for the Earthrealm's fate. If they lose, Outworld will invade it. A chosen Shaolin fighter, Liu Kang, enters the tournament as Earthrealm's champion. Along with him are other fighters such as Hollywood actor Johnny Cage and the Thunder God Raiden, who aids Liu Kang. Scorpion is there as well to avenge his family and clan's death, mentioned to him by Quan Chi that Sub-Zero was responsible for. Kano, the Black Dragon's arms dealer, was being chased by Special Forces Lieutenant Sonya Blade, but managed to escape onto Shang Tsung's boat. Sonya and her team followed, but were ambushed by the sorcerer's own army, giving Sonya no choice but to participate in the tournament. After many fights, Liu Kang had become Earthrealm's leading fighter to reach Outworld's champion, Prince Goro. After defeating him, Liu Kang is to fight Shang Tsung. He's able to defeat the sorcerer, causing him to lose rule over the tournament and to return it to their rightful host, the Shaolin. It's also revealed after this tournament, Scorpion was able to kill Bi-Han. This is where his younger brother Kuai Liang took his identity and seek to avenge his brother. Right after Shang Tsung's defeat, Shao Kahn decides to execute him. However, he convinces the Khan to give him another chance. His plan is to invite Earthrealmers to another Mortal Kombat tournament, which cannot be turned down, but it must be held in Outworld. Shao Kahn agrees and restores Shang Tsung's youth. The invitation is given to Raiden, and he gathers Earthrealm's warriors and heads to Outworld. This tournament is much more dangerous, as Shao Kahn has home field advantage. Shao Kahn uses the new tournament as a distraction so he could revive his wife Sindel on Earth. Her resurrection will give the Khan a chance to merge the realms together, regardless of the tournament's outcome. However, their tournament is unable to conclude as Katana found out Shao's deception and warns the Earthrealmers. Liu Kang still fought through the Outworlders and was able to defeat Shao Kahn in the end. Afterwards, the Earthrealmers head home to prepare for the Outworld invasion.
Friendship.
Immediately after Mortal Kombat 2, Shao Kahn is fed up with Outworld's losses and finally resurrects Sindel in Earthrealm and begins his invasion. He strips Earth of all their souls and claims them as his own. However, there were some souls that he couldn't claim, the Earthrealm warriors who were protected by Raiden. They are to participate in a new Mortal Kombat tournament. The Lin Kuei begin their cyber initiative where clan members will be turned into soulless machines. Smoke and Sub-Zero escape from the Lin Kuei and hide out. Unfortunately, Smoke was captured by Cyber, Sector, and Cyrax, as the three are now programmed to hunt Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero does learn about Outworld's threat and decides to join Raiden's rebellion. Many other Outworlders and Earthrealmers join, such as Stryker, Cabal, Sonya, and Jax. They head to Shao Kahn's fortress where Kung Lao engages in a fight with the Khan but is ultimately killed by him. Liu Kang then challenges Shao to Mortal Kombat and is once again victorious, causing the Outworlders to retrieve back home and Earthrealm free from Outworld's merge.
Oh, I'm gonna throw you over there!
Even though this is technically Mortal Kombat 8, the timeline of it fits in after Mortal Kombat 3 but before Mortal Kombat 4. This is also its own occurrence in a separate timeline believed to be created by Chronica, who we'll talk about in the next video. I believe it's canon though, as some Kabans reference some events in their Mortal Kombat 11 and Injustice 2 intros.
You, I remember all too well.
Oh, the back of your head still hurting.
I should have burned you right then and there.
Oops! Where did that come from?
You're leaving Earth now.
We were allies on Apocalypse, Superman.
Here, we're not. You don't fight for him.
Neither do you.
Seems we have a common enemy.
And a common goal.
After Shao Kahn's failure in merging Earthrealm and Outworld, he retreats back to Outworld with Quan Chi, with both being confronted by Raiden. As Shao attempts to escape, Raiden stops him with his electric powers. Elsewhere, Superman and Darkseid are in battle. Darkseid also attempts to escape in a portal, but Superman uses his laser eyes to stop him. The simultaneous power from both worlds causes an explosion from both portals, intertwining Shao Kahn and Darkseid into separate universes, creating a different being. On both sides, they battle each other thinking they are the foreigners invading each other's worlds. Turns out that the explosion caused Shao Kahn and Darkseid to form into Dark Kahn and is the source of the combat rage.
Shut up, or I'll gut you.
The combat rage is an essence that causes the combatants to hallucinate by seeing their worst enemy and engage in an anger-fueled battle. In parts of each world, they begin to merge with each other. Each side also believes that the other is responsible for the chaos, thinking that they are warriors sent by Shao Kahn or Darkseid.
Earthrealm is merging with another world. Powers are shifting, rebalancing.
After fighting each other and coming to the conclusion that Dark Kahn must be at their respected home, Shao Kahn in Outworld and Darkseid in Apocalypse, the Mortal Kombat fighters and DC heroes and villains arrive, only to see that both realms have been destroyed. They see each other and begin in a rage-filled battle forced by Dark Kahn.
We have come to challenge you in Mortal Kombat. You will be defeated.
Fighters fall with Superman and Raiden being the only fighter strong enough to stand against Dark Kahn. After he attacks both of them, Raiden and Superman realize they are on the same side, overcome the rage, and overpower Dark Kahn as he explodes in defeat. On the DC side, Superman and the others imprison Shao Kahn in the Phantom Zone.
I am Shao Kahn, and you will bow to me! What?
While Raiden and the combatants banish Darkseid to the Netherrealm.
Your fate will be decided by the Elder Gods.
Round 2.
After Shao Kahn's defeat, Shinnok has managed to escape from his prison with the help of Quan Chi. A new war has begun and Shinnok wants to become the only Elder God. Earthrealm's warriors come together again to defeat him and his minions. Sonya and Jax track down the Black Dragon and defeat Jarek by throwing him off a cliff.
Wait! This is brutality! You can't do it! Wrong, Jarek. This is not a brutality. This is a fatality.
On the way home, they come across a malfunctioning Cyrax. They restore him to his normal self and recruit him to join the fight. Shinnok is ultimately defeated by Liu Kang and banished once again to the Netherrealm, along with Quan Chi and Scorpion. This is also the first time that Scorpion learns the truth behind his family and clan's death. It was Quan Chi who led an attack on the Shira Ryu and used the Lin Kuei as scapegoats.
The Lin Kuei may have been responsible for your murder, but your family's true killer still remains free.
If you are not the murderer, then who is? I am the one you seek.
Scorpion would then become a hellspawn and continuously chase after Quan Chi to get his revenge. Raiden also becomes an Elder God and appoints his brother Fujin as protector of Earthrealm. While running from Scorpion, Quan Chi has been able to escape from the Netherrealm and back to Outworld. Since he's escaped, Quan Chi has unlocked the secrets of the ancient Runestone and the Dragon King's immortal army. He's also formed a deadly alliance with Shang Tsung to be able to defeat the only two beings who can prevent their domination.
In a false show of allegiance, they sprung their attack. It has been Shang Tsung's desire to consume the soul of Earthrealm's greatest warrior. With Quan Chi's assistance, he achieved this goal.
Elsewhere, other combatants are following their own paths. A war between Edenia and Outworld has started with Goro being killed but then resurrected by Shao Kahn. Turns out the Khan the Daily Alliance killed was a decoy. For now, Goro and Shao Kahn stay hidden from everyone else. Sub-Zero defeats Sector, becomes the new Grandmaster, and trains his soon-to-be predecessor Frost. And Scorpion is trapped in the Soul Nado seemingly to perish. Shang Tsung and Quan Chi return to Outworld and use the souls of the fallen warriors to resurrect the soldiers of the Dragon King's army. Unfortunately, the Daily Alliance beat Raiden's army, including Jax, Kitana, and Johnny Cage, and become rulers of the realms. This is where we move on to the next chapter.
Final round.
41 years after Shujinko was sent to find the Kamidogu fragments, he's found the last one and places all of them on the altar in the Nexus. The Dragon King has been reborn.
I deceived you into bringing me the means of attaining ultimate mastery over reality.
Back at the Solnado, Raiden defied the Elder Gods and challenged the Deadly Alliance as the last hope, but was greatly overpowered and defeated. They betray each other, however, with Quan Chi winning. He did not get to revel in his victory as Onaga shows up and is ready to reclaim his throne. Shang Tsung, Quan Chi, and Raiden unite to take him down. Raiden used his power to create a blast, sacrificing everything around, including Shang Tsung and Quan Chi, but it was not enough to defeat Onaga. He then resurrects the fallen souls of his army. Raiden returns to Earthrealm defeated and enraged. He revives Liu Kang's soulless body and goes after Onaga. Liu Kang's soul is able to make contact with Ermac to save his friends. Scorpion is also resurrected by the Elder Gods, who promise him that they'll resurrect the Shira Ryu if he stops the Dragon King at all costs. However, the only one to defeat Onaga is Shujinko, who uses his powers to summon the strength and abilities of the fallen fighters and destroy all of the Kamidogu fragments, putting an end to the Dragon King's plans. After this, Liu Kang's soul and Ermac are able to turn their friends back to their normal selves. Katana is then contacted by Blaze, a fire elemental, to gather all the warriors for a battle.
If all goes as planned, your enemies will be destroyed.
Fatality.
A massive battle ensues with every combatant. Even those who have been dead are now revived to fight. This is the part where earlier in the video I explained Arx's plan for his two sons. Taven or Dagon decide the fate of the realms. After Dagon killed his parents, Taven is awakened and races to Edenia before his brother can make it there. He travels through different realms and completes different tasks. Taven comes across Dagon where he explains his plan to end his brother.
Why would you send your clan after me?
Isn't it obvious? I intend to kill you.
What?
The prize will be mine, Taven. I will not risk losing it to you.
Taven eventually reaches the pyramid and defeats multiple combatants to come face to face with Blaze. After defeating him, Taven is granted godlike powers, but as it passes through him and the armor given to him by his mother, it spreads into every combatant there, making them more powerful than ever before.
The quest did nothing to resolve the instability of the realm.
This is the end of the original timeline, and if you've seen or know Mortal Kombat 9's intro cutscene, this ending is to be retconned.
He must win.
If you enjoyed this video, then leave a like and subscribe so you'll be notified when the reboot timeline will be uploaded. If you want to see any other story videos, then click the playlist on the left side of the screen, and check the description to see my gameplays playlist of MKX, MK11, and MK1, as well as my other social media links. I am Heathen, and I thank you for watching this video on Mortal Kombat.